What's up, YouTube? I hope we're all doing great in these hard times that we're having. Today I'm going to talk about the push-pull button, and we're going to go ahead and do some tricks with it to give us the ability, or have the ability, to use all our pickups at the same time. So as you can see, I have a blade switch here, which definitely I'm not allowed to use all my pickups. But what we're going to do with the push-pull button is we're going to activate these two pickups, the bridge and neck pickup, and then when we have our middle pickup activated by using the push-pull button, we will activate these two, and we'll have all our pickups connected to the output. So before that, I want to show you what this push-pull button looks like. So good. So as you can see, it looks like a regular volume knob. The only difference it has is that it comes with 6 pins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus it has 3 regular pins that you need for your volume. So the way this thing works is that it's hard to get this thing on camera. These 6 pins are gonna be connected vertically, although they work independently. But you will connect them 2 by 2 in a vertical manner. And what I mean by that is, this one in the middle is always connected as you push and pull the button. So when the button is pushed in, the one in the middle is connected the 2 pins in the bottom. So again, in a vertical manner, meaning this one is connected to this one, and this one is connected to this guy here. And same thing for the top one. When you pull it out, the middle one is now connected to the ones on the top. Again, this one to this one, and this one to this one. Now, what we're going to do here, in order to get all our pickups activated, we're going to connect the middle one, which is always connected. We're going to connect our output to this one in the middle, and then we're going to connect one of our pickups, let's say the neck pickup, to this one, the output, and then the other one, we're going to connect it to this guy here. So what happens is, when I pull this up, my outputs, the output of the pickups, gets connected directly to the output of the guitar. So it doesn't go through the switch anymore. So it really doesn't matter if I'm here or there. But because I want my pickups, all of them, to work, I'm gonna use the switch to activate the middle one, and then again I will activate these two using this button. So without further talk, let's go ahead and see how we're gonna do it. Okay, so we've opened up the guitar, the electronic parts. Now what we want to do here is we gotta substitute the tone pod, the tone knob, with this push-pull button. So what we're going to do is we're gonna connect these 3 pins here to these pins here on the bottom, exactly the same way, no difference at all. Now there is another push-pull here that I use to split the coils. So it's hard to get it on the camera, the wires under here, so bear with me for a second and I'll explain for you exactly what you need to do. So your output wire, which is this wire, which goes to your jack out here, has 2 wires inside. It has a shield, and then it has a white wire, or I don't know, a red wire maybe, which is your output. So what you want to do is take the leftmost pin on your volume knob, which is one of these 3 pins. You got to take one of those pins which is connected to the white wire or the red wire or the output of your jack, and connect it to these 2 in the middle, I would say. In this case, it really doesn't matter if you choose the ones in the middle or the ones on the top, but yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna. The easiest way to install these push-pull buttons is to wire them and then put them inside. So when you put them inside, it's hard to get to these pins here. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I'm gonna take these wires out of this tone button here. A very important thing when working with guitar electronics is color coding. It's very important because it gives you the ability to know which wire is what. So usually when I'm adding wires, I always use the black color for ground. It makes it easier for me to distinguish. These 3 pins are going to be exactly the same as they were on our tone knob. Nothing's going to change. You can use any part of the knob to use it as a shield, so I'm going to use this one because I don't have enough long wire. I might need to put some solder on it. And the capacitor here, it's really hard to take off and doesn't look good. I'm just going to use another one. So yeah, as you can see, and and again, in this case, I'm gonna use this part of the body of the knob to make it ground. And I'm gonna use this wire cutter to just cut this extra piece here. Good. There's a little bit more here. Okay, so now this push-pull button works as a regular tone knob because it has the exact same functions. Now we gotta add the thing that we're gonna play around with. So what we want to do is we want to take an extra wire from the pin that I mentioned from our volume knob down here, which is connected to the output of our guitar. We want to take a wire and connect it to that pin directly to our volume. It's really hard to see from here, even for me, but that's what you really need to do. Take this knob off if you really have to, the wires here are a bit short, so I don't want to take this out. Again, always remember color coding. I don't have a long white wire, but I have a yellow wire, which I can get along with it, to use it as the output. So I'm going to use this tweezer here, and I'm going to put this wire inside. Again, forgive me, it's really hard to capture this on camera. So at this point, you really gotta rely on your visualization. Okay, beautiful. So this wire now is directly connected to our output. Okay, now here on the pickup selector we have our I'm sorry, we've got our neck, middle, and bridge pickup. So another thing we want to do is we need an extra wire to come out of these to connect to either of these two pins. Again, color coding. They're red here. I don't have a long red, but again I've got orange, which I can use. So I'm going to connect this, for example, for my bridge, for my neck, sorry. And there. So you might want to put some solder here first. Good. Okay, so this is for our neck pickup, and again I don't have another orange, so again I'm gonna use yellow. And I'm gonna put some solar on this pin just to make it easier for me. Good. This is nope. It's not tight enough. Let me cut this. It's too long. Good. So now, and always remember this here, this wire right now, it doesn't have any coating, so make sure you fix that later. And I'm gonna fix it. Okay. So now we have our neck and bridge pickup connected to the push-pull button. The next thing we're gonna do, the last thing probably, is connecting this output to these ones in the middle, these pins in the middle. So let's go ahead and do that. So since we want to connect both of these pins to both of these pins on the top, the middle ones, the good approach is to, instead of connecting this to both of this, it's better to connect these two pins in the middle and then connect this one to only one of them. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, well, I can connect the wire to both of these pins, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so now again, what we really want to pay attention to is that these wires are right now are not coated, so we want to do something about them. First, we want to get them really out of the way. A good way that you can isolate these wires is using super glue, which I might use or I might not, because in this case these wires have huge spaces between them. But again, it's a good practice if you do so. Yeah, that's up to you. I might do it later on. Now, just another thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a ground wire just to be on the safe side. And I'm gonna connect it from the body of this push-pull I'm gonna add more solder here. And I'm gonna connect it to the ground of this guy here. Good. So let me wrap this up and then we'll give it a try. Okay guys, so let's try it out and see if it's doing what we want. So the pickup selector is in the middle at the moment, and I've pulled this up. Let me push it in. So right now the middle pickup is working as it should, as it's supposed to be, and these are off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it up, the tone button, and now we're gonna see that all of a sudden all the pickups are activated. So you see now we have all three pickups active. So one thing that I forgot to mention when I was installing, the wire that you take out of your volume knob and you connect to your tone knob as the output of your jack. So what I mentioned was you gotta pick up the left foremost pin and take that and connect it to the middle pins of your push-pull. Now if you do that, these two pickups are directly connected to the output, and you cannot use your volume knob to close and open the volume. Meaning if even you close your volume all the way down, still these two pickups would be active. Now that's one option. Maybe someone want to use it. But then the other one that I forgot to mention and I didn't do when I was installing was if you connect the wire to the middle pin of your volume knob instead of connecting to the left one, then you're able to control the volume of all three pickups when they're connected using the volume knob. So one thing to keep in mind, and I actually switched to the second one that I just mentioned right now. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, and that's about it. You have all your pickups working right now with the push-pull, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.